So for lighting in the juvenile Medaka tank, I had this Aquarium clip-on light, and I got lucky because it came with some used stuff that I bought, and I got lucky because it's the one with the high number of lights, which is for planted tanks. They make a clip-on light that has way less number of LEDs. That's just for decoration. That helped grow a lot of plants in here. When the juveniles, when I was feeding microworms, that just sink straight to the bottom and possibly create a lot of waste. I had 150 Medaka in babies, and I was just, it really needed to, the growing of the plants needed to keep up with the high nutrient level that they were producing. So the way I made more lighting is with this light. I also got used, it's a top fin insert into a top fin 20-gallon hood, 20-gallon tall hood, and this thing is lots of power. Like, I mean, it's a very bright light, very high power, and this thing is just built solid too. It's the glass tubes, and this glass tube is and you can just set this on thing. It's really too strong to put it directly on top of things like I am here. So I've borrowed it from this tank since, but this just helped me keep the plant growth up during the period when I needed it. The light on this yellow guppy tank, this is where my first guppies were born, in here. These are just Amazon 2 for $30 LEDs, and it works great at this height. This is a nice height, not like the other two tanks. These two tanks, the same light, but it's just too close in my opinion. Like, these are two 10-gallon tanks, and the light is just, 4 or 5 inches from the surface. I think there's no control over the power. It's overpowering this in such a small space. That's why I got green water growing out of that thing. Weirdly, the females didn't get any green water yet. I don't know, Swasitang is a miracle or something. Something's pulling off some chemistry that I just don't know what's going on here. All right, kind of dark part of the day. This is, well, the lights are on by timers, but it's dark because of the covers. And, but anyway, that aquarium co-op light down there is really cooking on those floaters. I mean, they're dense. Anyway, that thing is a try. I love not having to worry about it once it's programmed on and off. This is a Haiger light, and it is awesome. It works great. The aquarium co-op light is like on 40%, by the way. It doesn't need to be more than 40% at this height, which is like, 8 inches off the water. This Haiger, I love this light. The only thing I don't like is the programming. Like, I just never really took the time. I think I learned it once and then forgot. You have to write everything down on how to do this controller, because it has a lot of settings, and it can remember things, or I don't know. But it's on the basic daytime setting that came with it by default, and that works great, even though the tank is semi-covered with the light can only get through this glass portion until 4 o'clock. The photo period is now 4 o'clock when the photo period begins. It's only a 6-hour photo period. Oh man, that was not cool. All right. So anyway, look at the Haiger colors. I mean, look at these colors, are nice, huh? I think it has a good spectrum, and I mean, I don't even use it that powerful. At night, when I come in, it's like at 7 o'clock it starts to get, at 7 it gets really dim, and so I have to come in after it gets dim at 7. I still want it to be brighter, so I turn it back on to like 70%. And this thing just grows more floating plants than I can imagine. I can't even get light to the other plants. So that's fantastic amount of light. So as a summary of the lights shown in the video, I will start with the Aquarium clip-on LED light. It's a good low-cost option, especially this planted version with the 60 LEDs. I don't think it's big enough for a 20 gallon. They say up to 20 gallons. I think it's more appropriate for 10 gallons or less because the lights are only about 8 inches wide, the area. So I mean, it works good at like it's shown in the picture here with in the picture. And the next light I show is the top fin strip light that I obtained from an used aquarium hood, from a top fin hood. I can't find this online now. You cannot buy this as far as I can find, but it's a very powerful light, so you have to be a little bit careful for overlighting. But it fits nicely across a 10-gallon tank because the end here has a little lip that fits into the rim of the tank, and then this end with the cord fits up pretty nicely. Not perfectly, but it fits up pretty nicely on a 10-gallon tank. So it's a very useful light. Very bright, so be careful. Another very bright light that you need to be careful with is these low-cost LED floodlights. They're very powerful, and as I showed earlier, it works better when you have plenty of room over the top of the tank. But if you put it like I had within 4 inches of a tank and you don't have any way to dim it, you can get green water, and that was only with a 6-hour photo period. So you do have to be careful. Another thing, not all of the lights, but at least one of them, the LEDs stay on even after you turn the switch off. They're on very dimly, like a night light. But this may be undesirable. If you might have to actually unplug it from the wall. I don't know if it would have any effect on creating green water. I mean, it is occurring in the one tank that I did get green water, so I don't know if that contributed to creating green water with these dimly lit bulbs that stay on. But anyway, that's just what happened in my case. The next light is the Higer, and this light is really nice. You have plenty of programming options, but I don't believe it holds anything after a power outage or if you unplug it, so just be prepared for that. I'm not sure about that. I'm not that good at programming this thing without referring to the instructions. But this plant makes a very powerful light for growing. I mean, very good spectrum for growing plants. I think the person that owned it before me had problems with condensation because the shield, the splash shield underneath is a thin plastic sheet that fits into this aluminum housing, but it's not sealed. So if you have this on top of some bubbling water from an air stone or a sponge filter, when I got this light, it had condensation inside. So I had to remove the shield, dry it out, and then I put some clear tape across, sealing the plastic to the aluminum housing pretty much. And I haven't kept it right on top of any bubbling water since then, but I mean that solved the issue for me at least. that's something you can try. And the final light is the best light that I have, is the Aquarium Co-op light. And this is a very powerful light. I usually don't even go over 40% with the power, and it's very rugged, very well made, and pairs up nicely with Aquarium Co-op's Wi-Fi timer. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed my video on my lighting situation. Thank you.